Hey, Rhonda Liebig here. I got a question from a woman about her having type 2 diabetes, and she was concerned as she ages, is this going to get worse as she goes along? A great question for a video. So if you're pre-diabetic, diabetic, craving massive sugar, now this video is for you. So the first question, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you 3 questions, and around those 3 questions, I'm going to be doing coaching around it so you get some insight and you get some motivation. Instead of today just having goals, we're going to get to the core issue of how we're going to get our motivation. So the first question I want to ask you is, have you thought about a lifestyle shift, a lifestyle change? I'll go into that deeper and give you some more information on how to add a change that's going to help calm some symptoms of diabetes and help with the aging process along the way too. Also, question 2 is going to be, have you changed your diet? So I'm going to go in and talk about fiber. And fiber is the ultimate, we call it like a superfood, because fiber is going to calm, make the body calm. And it's also going to help you with your bowel movement so everything flows through your system. You're not overworking your liver. And I'm going to give you some stats on liver and why it's important to connect with liver issues when you're dealing with diabetes. And the third question is, what is your goal? Now, the goal connects you systemically into wanting to make changes. So we're going to talk about the symptoms that you have as you're diabetic, pre-diabetic, or eating and craving tons of sugar. Then we're going to go in and I call it like a reverse engineering so we can bring that motivation around in full circle so we can implement question 1 and question 2. Okay, so here we go. Question 1 is, have you changed your lifestyle? Now, what's important about this is that your body is overworking when you're dealing with anxiousness, stress. Who isn't stressed these days? And also when you have a go, go, go kind of work life, family life, and all that, it all connects. And what's important about this is you have to find tools to be able to calm the body down, because when you're dealing with overworking your body from eating too much sugar, being pre-diabetic, diabetic, what happens is you need extra insulin and you need extra sugar to keep that anxiety up, to keep the energy up, and it overworks the body. So your sole thing right now is to find ways to calm the body consistently through the day. Even if you have bouts in your day where you're feeling anxious, I want you to apply this. And this is simple. So I'm going to give you 2 things. So say you're really, really stressed. So what I want you to do is roll your shoulders back, and I want you to take deep breath. But the breath has to be connected. So maybe it might be more than 3 breaths, but you start breathing, start feeling the cycle of energy going for you. So you don't feel stagnant in the body. Maybe the stress is in your chest or within your belly, within your face. You're holding on to the tension, wherever that is. It just takes about at least 3. Now, I want you to open also your liver meridian, because since your liver gets overworked, you have double the chance of having fatty liver, liver issues, liver disease when you're dealing with diabetes, because it overworks that entire area of your pancreas and your liver and all the work the liver has to do for that. So I want you to take some stretches off to the side. Now, this is your entire liver and gallbladder meridian point. So as you stretch, I want you to breathe, stretch, and it's opening under the rib cage. It's lengthening the spine where your nervous system is, and you're done. Now what that does is it builds a base throughout your day. So we have this span of time where we can keep building and building, get more and more stress through the day. But if you take just those moments, let's say 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock, let's just straddle the day there. You choose your times. Put it on your calendar, and there is your step 1. Okay, now your question 2. So hopefully the question 1 and the coaching around it helped you. Okay, question 2 is that you are wanting to change your diet. Because the biggest thing is our emotions and everything we just talked about, lifestyle, is important. The second ultimate thing is changing your diet. So how many grams of fiber do you need to really calm the system, keep everything moving to help nourish the organs? About 35 to 40 grams of fiber. Like I said, fiber is a superfood, so I'm going to give you a sample of the day. And I'm going to throw in there salads through the day also. Now, that could even be roasted vegetables, but you want your vegetables to be very colorful. So when I say a salad, that means that you want to keep it very, very colorful. At least have 3 colors is what I usually say. Okay, so let me give you a sample of the day, because to imagine having this much fiber is really crazy, because most likely you're having 10 to 15 grams of fiber a day. maybe. And you need that because you want to balance the blood sugar, and that's going to help level off a lot of stuff, and it's going to really clean the system. So I have something for you here. So let's just say not all my clients start with shakes, but this is a great way to get vegetables in, get some fruit in there, also some natural, wholesome fruit, which you need, even as a diabetic. So let's say you start off the protein shake and you have some chia seeds, which has some great fiber to it, like about 3 grams of fiber if you're doing it right. Then you have mixed berries, which you're going to get fiber, almond milk, so you're keeping it with the no sugar added, and then you have like a half a banana, which you need that potassium. And if you don't like banana or it's too much sugar for you, go for avocado. It's even higher in potassium. Then you're going to have pumpkin seeds. That's where you're going to get your protein and another additional fiber. Now you're going to need a snack with that because that's going to tide you over for a couple hours. So go for carrots and hummus. Hummus is going to give you that balance with the protein, and the carrots are going to give you like 2 grams of fiber along with that. Then for lunch, you're going to make sure you get your green apple because you have your soluble fiber, insoluble fiber, so you're going to get impact fiber with about 6 grams of fiber, and then a big salad. Throw in some type of sandwich that's low-carb bread. So that's your lunch. So you see how it's kind of adding on? And then with your dinner, I've done a lot of stuff with spaghetti squash. There's a spaghetti squash basil that you can do. Add some basil in there. Tons of vegetables. Do as many vegetables as you can with that pasta. And then you're going to go in and do a big salad with cucumber. You're going to have some kale. Everything you can think of, just throw it on in there. So you see, all through the day you're eating vegetables. You change your diet so that you have your whole day impacted with some fresh, wholesome food. Now, this is not a level 1 strategy, so you may want to just implement a couple things there. Maybe your breakfast is going to look the way that I said it, or maybe your lunch or your dinner. But make sure you're doing steps in there. Don't just massively change everything because then it gets overwhelming. And this strategy probably takes about a few months before you really consistently do it. So reasonable. Okay, so the third question I have for you is, what are your goals? What is your goal? Is your goal to take less medicine if you're already taking medicine? Is your goal not to have the symptoms that you normally have when you're dealing with just having those sugar cravings, or that your sugar goes up and down and fluctuates? Remember, we want to balance it, because if your sugar levels are going up, anxiety comes in, stress, not feeling good about ourselves, and it's hard to implement the question 1 and question 2 if you're not feeling good about yourself. So what's your goal? So let me tell you here, and I'll give you a little bit to kind of get that excitement in to what your goal is going to be. The diabetes per Diabetes Journal is, by most estimates, is now the most common cause of liver disease in the U.S. and which diabetes is by far the most common cause of fatty liver and has become the 3rd leading indication for liver transplant in the U.S. And what you're going to get also is, just think about symptoms: dry mouth, the fluctuations of the emotions, overuse of your organs, which we talked about, haziness in the head, because of course if your brain is not getting enough proper sugar, water, because maybe your kidneys are having some struggles there also, then your brain is going to have a lot of haziness. Hungry quicker, so you have the hypoglycemic episode where you need to eat like right now. And then you'll reach for more food, so maybe your midsection is getting bigger because your hormones. And I have a very big list here: arthritis, energy through the body getting stagnant. So you think about this list and the things that you are personally dealing with. And I have the question again: what is your goal? So now we're reverse engineering this whole process. I want to bring you right back to the beginning, and let's answer that question. If you have anything related with going towards diabetes, and that means that if you're eating massive sugars, like they're saying that 80 pounds of sugar a year on the average is what we're eating. So if you're doing massive sugar, or you're already pre-diabetic or diabetic, I want you to really step into this. Because think about this: as we age, our body becomes more sensitive. So it's a great question that was asked. So are you ready to not go through the fail system where you're going to try and massively change everything or totally ignore any of these steps? What are your symptoms? What are the things that you want to clear and subside and make yourself feel great? What is that? Take a breath. Now, let's go back into question 1. Have you added a lifestyle change? Go back to the beginning of this video if you want to listen to exactly what I said. Have you changed your food? Emotionally, we're eating through our food. Go back and listen to how I strategize for question 2. Now, if you have any more questions like this, these are great ways to make videos. So you have an insightful day. I'll catch up with you again. Great video and nice hearing from you.